7 years ago, we made a promise to ourselves at the summit of the mysterious Roopkund Lake trek that every year, at least once, we would be in the lap of the Himalayas. Many things happened over those 7 years. And the dream remained just a dream. This year, I was determined to revive it. She said, "At least you start it. That way, I too get motivated to join the next one." The problem is, 7 years ago, I was a simple trekker with a GoPro in my hand. A major change in these 7 years is that now I'm an obsessed nature and wildlife photographer as well. The gear I'm going to carry for this journey requires much more effort. Also, the trek I choose should be easy to moderate and should fulfill my thirst for photography as well. There was one such trek that met all the conditions: the Deoriatal-Tunganath-Chandrashila trek. In the greater Himalayas of Uttarakhand lies Chandrashila Peak, standing at 12,083 feet high. It hosts Tunganath Mahadev, one of the holiest temples and part of the Panch Kedars of Uttarakhand. It is the highest Shiva temple on earth. This trek offers divinity, breathtaking beauty, and captivating wildlife. Most importantly, it is among the easier treks of the greater Himalayas. Was it easy? Boy, I was so wrong. This story isn't just about the trek. It's about the 14 days journey into the Gadwal, Shivalik, and Kumaon ranges of the Himalayas. It's about a search and the eventual discovery.
और आपको हम अभी यहाँ से तपोवन से सौली ले जाएंगे करीब 250 किलोमीटर, जिसमें आपका फर्स्ट हम ब्रेकफास्ट कराएंगे।
The preparation started 3 months ago. The baseline set by the India Hikes team to achieve was 5 kilometers in 38 minutes. Seems easy if you are not me, the habitual procrastinator who hadn't moved a muscle in a very long time. The goal felt tough. However, eventually, the lust for Himalayan avian beauty was too strong and I reached the target quite comfortably.
कैसे घुसेगा इधर?
कहाँ पर? अरे उमेश जी, अरे हाय, फाइनली मीटिंग यू.
Two. You said two.
Yeah, two and she's
Sorry, I was
वो डिसोरिएंट हो गए आप.
1, 2, 3,
4, 5,
6, 7, 8,
9,
10,
11,
12,
13.
14,
15.
16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. This route, there, this entire mountain, like it will be full of fun. Ledges, forest section, meadows, ridge as well. So, yeah, roads as well.
The journey started at the base camp of Sari village in the Rudraprayag district of Uttarakhand. The view of Chandrashila peak from the base camp motivates you to start the journey immediately. But at the same time, it also scares you with its height and the distance. The journey from Sari to Deoriatal is about 4.5 kilometers of steep ascent through old Gadwali houses and blooming rhododendron flowers. Carrying the massive weight of my drone, camera, lenses, tripod, additional batteries and accessories along with usual trek gears initially didn't feel like a challenge. Then as the ascent kept increasing, I realized the terms like easy trek and the moderate trek are not absolute. With more than double the weight of the average trekker's gears, profuse sweat and an unwillingness to drink water in smaller, frequent doses cost me dearly once I reached the campsite at Deoriatal. I started having diarrhea as soon as we reached the campsite. Yep, as uncomfortable as it may seem to go to the makeshift toilets with tissue papers, that day felt like an eternity in those zipped toilets.
और आपका this cardboard kind of things, paper, ठीक है? And you can also read the list is all ऐसे, okay? अब इसके बाद इसको कैसे धोना है? ये यहाँ से पानी डालो, पानी यूज करो. अगर मैंने ये डाला तो मैं इसको उठाऊंगा फिर ये हटाऊंगा.
From an active participant, I just became a passenger of the group after the onset of the diarrhea.
इससे थोड़ा पहले चले जाते हैं और ये वनवास और इससे पहले.
The climate was also cloudy like my stomach. Thanks to timely intervention from our dynamic trek leader Shashank, I started medication the same night.
पानी में गई
Chapak.
दो मछली
पानी में गई.
पानी में गई
चपाक.
एक मछली
पानी में गई.
पानी में गई छपाक.
The second day was longer 9.1 kilometer trek that involved climbing to the highest point of that day's trail at Jhandi Top and then walking into the thick Himalayan forest. Every weave in this journey was a sight to behold. But then twists and turns of the intestine were costing me dearly. The pain was severe, especially when we took short drink breaks. The protester in my head was at his loudest best. He wanted me to stop. He wanted me to give up. There was no participant left in me on that day. It was just the presence of a protester and a prisoner that I felt the most in my head. The spiritual atheist in me believes the mountains of the Himalayas have healing power. Such magic had happened on my previous trek, and I had a firm belief it would happen this time as well.
अरे काफी दूर है, अभी 2 किलोमीटर दिख रहा है.
When we reached the Shalmi campsite, true to my beliefs and thanks to medications and other precautions, the toilet visits were becoming normal. The stomach ache was something I knew I had to carry until the summit.
डूब गया वो उधर.
गोटला तो हुआ है, कुछ
हो
तो
गया,
है.
गया हो.
Shivam is not there, huh? So,
जाओ बोले आप समझ नहीं. पकड़ा.
ಚಲ್ಕೊಂಡು
ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಜಾ ಇರೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗೆ ತಿಂದ್ರೆ ಮಜಾ ಇರೋದು ಅಂತ. ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ದೋಸೆ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಕೆಚಪ್.
From Shalmi to Baniakund was another 6 kilometers long trek with descents and ascents once again. With slowly reducing stomachache, I had a new trouble in my kitty, my right knee pain.
कड़वी होती है, ठीक है. तो जो इसका सिरप निकलता है उसकी बनती है दवाई, ठीक है. तो ये है मेडिसिन प्लांट. वो काम करती है, वो दवाई की इसका वो है उत्तराखंड का पैरासीटामोल कहा जाता है इसको। यस, जो पैरासीटामोल जो काम करती है वही सेम ये काम करती है।
What made me feel better was the calmness of the Aakash river, the peaceful meditation on the rocks, seeing the Himalayan dipper for the first time, and even the intriguing territorial marks of leopards and Himalayan brown bears.
Oh my goodness, this is awesome.
खाना था ना इसलिए एकदम बैठ गया एकदम आराम से.
Really, I was not expecting this.
Manchurian man, 8,000 feet and that too this good.
Yeah, and quite hot.
बड़े बड़े ट्रैक्स में भी करता हूँ, जैसे बाली पास, बुलान घाटी, पिन बाबा, बारवान वैली आपने सुना होगा। और इंडिया के एक ऐसा पार्ट भी हूँ कुछ टाइम से जो नए ट्रैक स्टार्ट होते हैं, जैसे बारवान स्टार्ट हुआ तो उसका भी एक्सप्लोरिटी का एक पार्ट हूँ। और अभी
On the summit day, you carry a day pack, not your usual rucksack. A day pack contains a poncho, a lunch box with 2 sandwiches and 2 water bottles. What was I carrying? A rucksack with usual day pack materials along with DJI Mavic Pro drone and 3 batteries, Canon R5 with 100-400 IS2 lens, Canon 16-28 lens, Canon 50mm lens, 3 batteries, a GoPro and their rain protection covers. As our trek guide Pankaj Bhai rightly said, you either need to have pagalpan or junoon to do such stupidities. Fortunately, I had both. On the coldest morning at 3 o'clock, when the summit push started, needless to say, I was one among the last to follow the group. Walking on the black ice is very dangerous. Thanks to microspikes provided by India Hikes, it was safer to walk. Every step in the snowy path felt like an eternity. Seeing glimpses of the dream bird that I had promised to photograph for my daughter, the Himalayan monal, in good numbers was another big booster.
आज मोनाल बहुत मिले भाई।
हाँ जी।
उसको सनस्क्रीन चाहिए क्या?
Once the steep 60-degree snowy ascent started towards Chandrashila peak after the Tunganath temple, it was the toughest phase of the entire journey. Every step I took towards the peak in that deep snow was asking me, is it worth it? Then I asked myself, what's driving me to do all this? Who is taking the pilot seat inside me and pushing me to do all this? While doing so, what am I searching for? I found my answer in those last minutes of the climb. It was my search for a soul, a real soul in the places I was visiting. the Antaraatma. The soul of Rishikesh was in its adventure sports, in its yoga ashrams, in its cool cafes. The soul of Rudraprayag was in its scary stories of Jim Corbett and in its confluence of Mandakini and Alakananda rivers. The soul of Devaprayag was in its confluence of the elegant Alakananda and the mighty Bhagirathi to form the holiest of the rivers on the Mother Earth, the Ganga. The soul of Delhi was in its old busy streets of Chandni Chowk. The soul of Haridwar was in its Ganga Aarti. The soul of Chopta, Sattal or Bhimtal was in their captivating wildlife. The soul was in the food I ate in all these places. The soul was in the beautiful friends and families who helped me every step of this journey. The soul of Himalayas was in its mighty snow-clad peaks, vast meadows, crystal clear streams, spellbinding valleys, rejuvenating forests, holy rivers, and enchanting temples. My sole objective was to find the soul in them and through them to find the soul within me. A soul that will not agree to give up easily. A soul who will pilot me through the thick and thin and never back down until the last minute. I finally found it. When I finally reached the summit and looked around at the mighty peaks of the greater Himalayas, I broke down. An otherwise tearless, unemotional me cried like a baby for reasons unknown to me. I cannot express the flow of emotions in words what I felt at that moment. Mountains ask a lot from you. But if you are ready to give what is asked, trust me, in return, they give you something that changes the course of your life forever. Thanks for watching.